5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello?
Sold.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. It is December 8th. That means, yes, folks, legally, without fear of repercussion from City Works, you can start putting your chairs out on the boulevard for this Saturday's Ocala Christmas Parade. Its return after being COVIDed. Sue Mosley, the chairperson of the Ocala Parade Committee, joins us on the phone now. Sue, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. You made me laugh. You know I love the chairs.
I know you do, and you also hate the phone calls people give to you, people who have your phone number to say, "Where'd my chairs go?"
Where'd my chairs go? No, you never, all these years, I have never once had anyone state that their chairs were stolen, removed, replaced, switched, anything. The chairs are sacred.
I remember, 4 or 5 years ago when the city unceremoniously, or DOT unceremoniously, without letting people without any warning, started taking chairs up and putting them in a warehouse. I remember that fiasco. That was no good.
Yeah, that was the DOT. I always say I need to know who that mean DOT man is, and to this day, he's never identified himself to me. But all I'm ever told is DOT says no chairs now. So you have to tape off your spot with stakes and crime scene tape.
Right. And then you can go put your chairs out. This morning, they're legal. You can legally put them on the roadside this morning in the grass areas alongside the road of the parade route. Now, I assume everybody knows the parade route, but as soon as you assume things, you know what that makes us. So let's talk about the parade route.
After 65 years, people have forgotten. We missed 1 year, and people have totally forgotten where the route is.
It starts at the McPherson Center, comes down 25th Avenue to the boulevard, travels west on the boulevard to 8th, takes a right on 8th, travels north up 8th until you get to the Discovery Center. Is that the correct parade route?
Well, it does not go as far as the Discovery Science Center. It actually, we turn them at Northeast 3rd.
So the fire department then?
Right, at the fire department, yes. We disperse up at the Discovery Center, so there's really nothing to see down there. But Northeast 3rd is the cutoff to be a spectator.
Well, see, even I didn't know the parade route. See how that works?
Yeah, so I guess I haven't done a good job of marketing the parade route, but believe me, lesson learned.
So this year, everybody's on board. You have the participation of all your clubs and your groups and all. We won't say anything about the people that last year single-handedly destroyed the Christmas parade, the school board of Marion County. But anyway, we won't say anything about that.
Let's not talk about that.
This year, I think, though, people, because we missed 1 year with the COVID pandemic, I think people are really, just chomping at the bit to get this Christmas parade going.
It does seem like that. I honestly think we're going to have record-breaking crowds this year. We have had an overwhelming, and I know I've been joking about it on Facebook, but we really have had overwhelming questions, emails, texts, WhatsApp, every communicative ability that we have out there for the Christmas parade of people that are saying the same thing. I'm a newcomer. I'm new to town. I don't know the route. Where is the route? Where should I sit? Where should I park? So, never in my 26 years have I had, and I'm talking about hundreds, not just 5. So it's crazy. That has been, for 3 weeks, the biggest question we've been fielding is, I'm new to town. Where is the route?
It's going to be a joyous occasion because it's back. We missed it last year. I usually don't get to see the parade because I am the MC of the Hawthorne Christmas Festival in Hawthorne, Florida, 35 miles north of here. Well, it's in Alachua County, So guess what happened to that festival this year?
Oh, did you get bumped?
Oh, COVID. Can't have it. COVID.
Really?
Alachua County can't look. Alachua County's not doing anything. Alachua County's not doing anything Joe Biden doesn't tell them to do.
Oh gosh, I had no. Well, I mean, I knew that, but I didn't know that your parade had been.
Oh yeah, the Hawthorne Christmas Festival. And while we kid and joke, Hawthorne Christmas Festival gets about 80 vendors, and the parade takes about 40 minutes to come down the little main street in Hawthorne. So it actually pretty good thing, pretty good event.
Yeah. So that means you're going to be available for me this year? Is that what you're telling me?
No, Ghost Rider. I got heart problems. I can't deal with you. Kidding me?
Good excuse.
Hey, any excuse that I could use. No, I'm actually, I've never seen the Christmas parade.
I know.
Never have I taken in the Christmas parade. My business partner a couple years ago helped you with filming of the Christmas parade and everything. Right. But I've never actually done it. But for folks that can't come into town, you can actually watch the Christmas festival on the local access channel. You
can pretty much now, due to the internet, you can watch it anywhere. The Marion County Public School System actually films it live and airs it live on all cable, Cox, Bright House, Spectrum, all the cable. You just have to figure out what channel is in your area. But we also film it, or it goes out live on YouTube, on the Marion County Public Schools YouTube channel. Now, the Ocala Christmas Parade also has a channel, and if Sue Mosley can figure out how to get that aired live, which we'll probably talk about when we hang up, then you can watch it there too, and probably on our Facebook page. But, you know the magnitude of my technical abilities, which is basically you tell me how to do it.
Well, there's that.
There's that. So once we figure that out, you can promote it, but it's a possibility.
What are the average numbers? Is there is there a possible way to do it to get an accurate count of how many people actually in person attend this parade?
Well, my dear friend and local Ocala legend, E.L. Foster, who was the mayor when I began this on the committee, and E.L. Foster, after every parade, would basically estimate a count. And how he did it, which actually was pretty legitimately, accurate, but he would base it on the depth of people from the curb back all the way down the boulevard. So at the end of the parade, E.L. would always come back and say, oh, my goodness, they were 10 people deep all the way down the left side and 5 people deep all the way down the right side. And, there was about 52,000 people out there. And, same thing with the police department. And, people who are better at math than I am had mathematical formulas to figure it out. And, he was always pretty accurate. So that's pretty much how we still judge it. And in years past, if you actually can view the boulevard and see, you understand the depth of people and what he was talking about, because a lot of from the curb back is basically on a little bit of an incline in most areas. So you can see the people kind of step up, so they can all have a good view. And same thing with vehicles that are parked and people full of truck beds and trailer beds. And so we've basically averaged about 60,000 people on the boulevard. It is a 2.5-mile route on both sides of the boulevard. So, and we have had larger crowds. Some years are larger than others, and it's obviously very visible, and you can see that. So. It
is the largest, if I'm still correct, it is still the largest nighttime Christmas parade in the state of Florida?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Maybe in the Southeast. We don't know.
Yeah, well, we actually, our last non-COVID parade, which was, 2 years ago, we entered into a competition for Southeastern USA festivals, and we won 3rd place out of 189 events. So, as being one of the best and biggest events in the Southeastern Conference.
There seems to be a discrepancy though on some people. You say what'd you say? This is the 65th annual,
Yes.
and some people want to say that there's more or there's less. Has the discrepancy on how many parades, has that ever been cleared up?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, and I hope after I'm gone someone remembers this story, but Phyllis Ham was the keeper of all information, and she passed away about 10 years ago now. And when she passed away, I was left as the keeper of information, which is never a good thing, as we know. And I happened to be doing a television interview about 5 or 6 years ago, and the host asked me the same question, what year is it? And every year I was confused. I'm dyslexic, so numbers, don't ever ask me a number. I just don't know it. So I made up a number, I'm sure, is what happened. And the next day my phone rang, and it was, a dear friend and local Ocalan, Stanley Molliver, who has been around forever. The Molliver family is well known in Ocala. Brent Molliver was a city councilman. My ex-husband's family was related to the Mollivers, so know Stanley well. And he calls me up and yells at me, and which wasn't unusual. And so he says to me, "I saw your interview, and you were wrong." And I said, "Well, Stanley, what was I wrong about?" And he said, "You're wrong about when the parade started." And I said, "Well, no one knows because Phyllis passed away, and I have nothing in writing, and I don't know." He goes, "Well, I know, and you've never asked me." And I said, "Well, I didn't know you knew." And he says, "Well, now you know." And I said, "Well, when did the parade start?" He said Stanley Molliver, was the very first chairperson of the Downtown Business Alliance, and they started the first Christmas parade in Ocala in 1955. And it went around the downtown square, and they had 20 or 30 participant units, whatever they had. But he was very adamant that the first Grand Marshal in 1955 was Miss Florida, 1955. And because they wanted a local type of recognition for a chairperson, they gave her the title of Miss Merry Christmas. And so Miss Florida came to Marion County. She was from Lake City, and she came to Marion County that day and was the Grand Marshal of the first Ocala Christmas Parade in 1955. So, yes, this is the 65th annual per Stanley Molliver, the first chairman of the parade.
Let's talk about the people that help you put this together, because you're the chairperson, but you don't do it all. There's a lot that goes into putting this parade together, and it starts with the Sheriff's Department and the Ocala Police Department, with help from the Sheriff's Department. Without them, this doesn't go off.
Well, that is exactly right. And I have a wonderful committee. The Ocala Police Department and Ocala Parks and Rec do the majority of this parade. Of course, safety
Rec and Parks.
It's a predominant issue is safety, and as years pass, that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're just completely dedicated to the Ocala Police Department for what they do. In saying that, I also have an amazing committee. It's certainly not me. And really, if I didn't show up Saturday, the parade would still go on because my committee is just that fabulous. And we laugh about it because we've all been doing this for so many years. Gary Smith, he's been our band coordinator for over 30 years. This is his last year. He's finally retiring off of the committee. And, I've had all kinds of people over the years that did it for 20 and 30 years because of their dedication. And like every other civic organization in town, it's getting harder and harder to get volunteers. So the people that I do have left are just truly amazing, and I couldn't do it without the help of Tamara Fleischecker, who works for the CEP, and William Taylor, who owns Combined Insurance Services, and several other folks. And we all just have our positions and our chores and our responsibilities and things that we do, and we show up on Saturday, and we all do our own thing, and fortunately, it goes off without a hitch for the most part.
Somebody asked me about 2 months ago. I'm very good friends with my good friend Craig and his wife Julie. And Julie's mother used to be very integral in the parade when she was alive. Miss Futch was very integral in some of the parade committee stuff. And so Julie asked me the other day, "You're close to Sue. You and Sue are good friends. why hasn't she ever approached you about being on the committee? I go, because they actually do things on the committee. They just don't want people to think they do things. And so Sue doesn't want to put me in the position where I'm a do-nothing guy, and then I'd have to do things. So Sue doesn't want to put me in that position. That's basically why I'm not on the committee, because I actually would. I'm lazy, and it wouldn't work for being lazy. Doesn't work on the committee.
That is very true, and we get out there about 7:30 on Saturday morning.
Nope, not going to do it.
Yeah, well, that's tough for me too, and and it's a long day, and we eat 3 meals together on that day, and I feed everybody well, that's for sure, and the entire police department is out there on Saturday, and we try and laugh and joke and have a good time, which we do, but it is a lot of work. I have about 12 years ago or so, we had a horse coordinator who had been on the committee for years and years and years, and she had changed jobs and wasn't able to attend the parade anymore, so she left the committee, and I never could fill her shoes. And to this day, we still every year we get a new horse coordinator for the animals and the horse units and stuff. And pretty much at the end of every parade for the last 10 years, the new person has looked at me and said, "You'll never see me again. I'm never coming back." That's basically it. And we do line-up night, a week before the parade, which we did it this past week on Monday. And every year that is the ongoing joke about, this is my last parade, I'm not coming back. And, I have to threaten their lives. And
well, I have an agreement with the two people that are the entertainment director and the actual director of the Hawthorne Christmas Festival. Our joke every year is, you coming back next year? Because if you're not coming back, I'm not coming back. That's what we say every year. Let's talk about the Grand Marshal real quick.
Okay.
Am I right? Ben Marciano is the Grand Marshal this year?
Yes. And let me just say this. 20 years ago, I believe it was, the Christmas parade had been being run then by what was the Ocala Marion Chamber of Commerce. And then the Friends of the Christmas Parade took it over from the Chamber of Commerce, who I think took it over from the Kiwanis, who I think took it over from Stanley Oliver, the Downtown Business Alliance. And there may have been some entities in between that I'm missing. But when it was put on by the Chamber of Commerce, they would always recognize their Small Business Person of the Year as Grand Marshal. So when the Friends of the Christmas Parade took it over, we decided that we were going to continue with that tradition. And basically, it's a local Marion County small business person who gives their time, talent, and treasure back to the community and just goes above and beyond as a great community steward. And, in the past years, we've had people Rashad Jones, Big Lee's Barbecue, and Steve Counts of SCI Construction, and Frank DeLuca, the Paglia family, John Michael and Diane Paglia, people that you would know that are just so generous and have businesses here locally that do so much for the community that people may or may not know how much they actually do. So we try and honor the unsung heroes.
Ben Marciano is this year's Grand Marshal. On a somber note, it's not lost on me that Ben Marciano is the Grand Marshal. He's also the director of the Greg Graham Foundation. This will be the first Christmas parade. This will be the first Christmas parade without the chief. Sorry.
Yes.
About got me.
My last live encounter with Chief Graham was a Christmas parade meeting before he passed away, and he was adamant, and it was, during COVID, he was adamant that the parade should go down the boulevard that year. Of course, it didn't, which was out of his control. I believe if he was alive, it would have. We are dedicating, because the theme this year is A Hero's Christmas, we are, of course, dedicating the parade to Greg's memory. Greg was also a 25-year member of the committee. He started out as a commander when he was a major at OPD. After he was no longer in charge of the parade, he stayed on the committee as a committee member. And that was part of the reason when we were selecting a Grand Marshal this year. Greg was very fond of Ben, and it was actually Chief Balkin who nominated Ben Marciano, mainly because of everything that they started seeing Ben doing for the police department and the community, and the friendship that they had all kind of formed. So Ben, we think, is a great choice, of course, and he is, and that would have been Greg's choice beyond a shadow of a doubt in my mind.
100% it would have been. Ben does great things with his business ventures here in town, also a community leader, and his being at the forefront of the Greg Graham Foundation. Ben Marciano, very deserving of the Grand Marshal, and the dedication to the late, great chief is a nice touch, too. We've been talking with Sue Mosley. She is the chairperson of the Friends of the Christmas Parade Committee, who puts the Christmas parade on every year. And here's the thing. The parade is Saturday night. It'll go off without a hitch as normal. Just don't get in the way of Sue's golf cart, because she will run you over, okay? She without too much worry or repercussion, she'll run you over.
If there's an incident that I've got to get to, probably. I try not to. It's just, I don't see well either, so.
Here's the problem, Sue, and it's a never-ending problem for you. The parade is Saturday night. Sunday, hey, it's next year. I don't want to hear any excuses. Time to get planning.
Well, and we've taken the Friends of the Christmas Parade were asked to take over the Bellevue Christmas Parade. So
oh yeah, that's right.
My committee is less than thrilled that I agreed to do that. I don't know how we're going to do it next year, where we're going to go from Saturday all day to Bellevue to Sunday, putting Bellevue on. So I'm hoping to build a wonderful committee in Bellevue and then hand it over to them. But we're going to, Sunday there's no excuses because we're out there cleaning up McPherson Field on Sunday. So it doesn't end on Saturday night like we all would like to think it does.
Here's a little bit of advice with the Christmas parade and now the Bellevue Christmas parade. Don't call me. If I need you, I'll call you.
Thanks. Really, such a team player.
I'm here for you. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to have to come up with a spot for you, something that you would be useful at.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern's full.
I'll speak to your wife about it, and we'll get back to you.
Now all of a sudden you're with the decision maker. I see how that works. Sue,
I know the drill.
Sue, thanks for taking time out with us this morning, and congratulations on what I know will be a great Christmas parade. 1 year removed from when it should have been, but we're glad to have it back.
Still here. Thank you, Tom, for everything.
Sue Mosley, the chairperson of the Christmas parade. Look, it did go off last year. There was some decisions made by the school board that stopped all the clubs and the bands and all from playing. So this year it will go, the Christmas parade will go on the boulevard, start at the McPherson Center, come down north on 25th till it gets to the boulevard. It will take a left turn to travel westward on the boulevard towards downtown. It'll get to 8th Street. It will take a right and travel north up 8th until 3rd, right at the fire department. That is the parade route from the McPherson Center on 25th to the fire department on 8th and at the corner of 8th and 3rd. That is the parade route. You can line both sides of the street. Your chairs are legal today. You can go out and start putting your chairs out and marking your territory where you and your family. I mean, I've heard, I've never been to a Christmas parade, but I've heard people tailgate. It's a very festive atmosphere. It starts early in the day. It's not something that, just starts right at night when the parade gets started. That people start showing up early in the afternoon to stake out their spot. They barbecue out and they grill out and stuff. It's just a great time. And I'm associated with Symphony Under the Stars on Mother's Day. And it's a great event, and this is an event that more people attend than Symphony Under the Stars. But if it's, I love Symphony Under the Stars, so I'm sure I'll love the Ocala Christmas Parade as well. Sue said somewhere between 50 to 60,000 people will line the parade route this year for the Ocala Christmas Parade. It's this Saturday. You can. The city of Ocala has all the road closings listed on their website. So go check out where those roads are going to be closed so you know how to navigate around the parade if you don't want to be a part of the parade. But the Ocala Christmas Parade back after a 1 year hiatus because of the pandemic. It'll be this Saturday night. So enjoy yourselves, folks, out there at the Christmas parade. Coming up next, John Sotomayor. He's on the radio with us next, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Prime Minister Scott Morrison confirmed Wednesday Australia is joining the U.S. in a diplomatic boycott of